Alright, we're back.
Woo.
Welcome back to Final Fantasy 13, part number 2 with Chief and, was it Chief and Saturnsaya?
Yeah, that works.
We'll just go with that.
Alright, let's shake things up a little.
Where we last left off, we were joining Snow on his ventures of heroism.
With the Nora crew.
And incoming our, I guess, our first, like, really buff enemy to deal with. The first one doesn't count because that was a boss. But this is a cybernized behemoth. I have a soft spot for behemoths. Behemoths are my favorite creatures in Final Fantasy.
They're pretty cool. They're very scary though too.
Behemoth, a Tomberry, a Cactuar. Like those are gotta be my top 3 favorite creatures and enemy monsters in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to fighting a couple of those things when we get to the Grand Pulse free roamish area.
That's gonna be a long while.
I know.
That's like chapter 9 or something.
I know.
Alright, well, during this, Godot will, shoot a long while. LeBrew, she has a rifle. She just big hit.
Ooh.
Oops.
Ouchies.
Almost died there. Ugh.
Dang.
LeBrew will actually heal you with potions.
So I guess she's the healer-ish.
This game really asks you, when you actually get into, the game after as you get after this prologue, the game pretty much tells you, yeah, you're gonna have to do everything yourself, because potions, this or that, yeah, that's gonna be all you. But LeBrew is basically the one character in a party of yours that actually does that, and it's only in this part.
Stay down.
Well, that's not good.
Understatement of the world.
I told you, didn't I? Moms are tough.
Okay, Grand Pulse is chapter 11.
Oh, and there's only 13 chapters, right?
Yep, they're very heavy on on 13.
It's number 13 and number 7. Yeah.
If no one knows anything about war, you'll know about war now. It's Stalin all over again.
Oh shit.
Ah.
Oh no. Oh.
A more adult version of that Wall-E scene.
Oh. Oh boy.
There are no catching up babies in this scene.
Oh no. Ooh.
This game gets dark. It gets not really not dark, but it gets serious at points, and sometimes it gets dark, but it's never unneeded. I don't think it's ever unnecessary dark.
Yeah.
They don't make the story dark just because there's an actual point to it.
Yeah.
But it is an RPG, and typically that happens in RPGs. It can get dark pretty fucking fast. One day you'll be fishing, next thing you know, your daughter's dead. It's okay, that happened.
All right.
I'm just reminiscent to Final Fantasy 15, because one of the activities you can do is fishing.
Right.
And I was at the point where you're supposed to go to a town to meet up with Gladius's sister.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I started to fish, and I think I was there for a while.
Yeah.
And then after I caught a few fish, Gladius, I'm like, hey, or no, like, you do activities and this and that, and he'll actually like go up to Noctis like, hey, we should go. You know, when we go to that city.
Like, hey, let's go.
People won't even live long enough.
Yeah, basically.
That was the idea.
What?
Sanctum logic. They conjured up the purge to eliminate a threat.
Okay, so this purge is just to murder people.
Yay.
It wasn't to take them
Why
to
carry the danger all
Pulse
the way to
as
Pulse?
originated. You know, it's
Why not
the
just
idea is
stake
to
it out
send them
here?
away to a land away from Cocoon, which is Grand Pulse in a
Execution
sense.
masquerading as exile.
But in reality, this is what happens. They'll wreck the train system, or they'll
Relocation to Pulse.
they'll just write it off as
Something
an
to get away
accident.
with pulling crap like
But in
that.
reality, it's just soldiers killing humans.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this was gonna happen?
The purge was SciComm. Private Sanctum troops, not the Guardian Corps.
SciComm, Guardian Corps. Soldiers are soldiers, aren't they? Pulse Foul C and their lessee are enemies of the state. Tell a soldier to kill an enemy, and you really think it's gonna matter what uniform he's wearing?
Might have mattered to that one. Couldn't shoot. Got himself shot instead.
Everyone's told that the lessee are an enemy.
Or to say shoot.
That's basically what it is.
Fine. Forget I asked.
I mean, it's equivalent of saying how terrorists are bad.
Mm.
It's like the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because no one likes terrorists unless you're the person that's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're doing it for some reason.
Yeah.
How do you like 13's story?
I like it. There's a lot to it though that like on the first playthrough I didn't really quite get really. On subsequent playthroughs I was like, oh okay. And then of course I'm just getting a little older too and have a little more life experience and been like, oh okay. Like, oh, that's not good. Oh.
Dude, that's deep.
Yeah, like, oh shit. But
Too close to home, huh?
yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
So
I guess my biggest complaint about 13's story is that they kind of say the same thing over and over again, but they may say it more sophisticated, or like, I don't know, they say the same thing, but it's more confusing the more they say it over and over again.
yeah,
Cause like it's like they add more details, or they add this fact, but still say the same thing.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of the information is actually in like the logs, like in like when you read all the like enemy details and like there's a lot of like story details inside those logs that you kind of have to read to really kind of get. And it's like,
That's
oh,
what you were looking for.
Yeah.
if you were just playing casually, it'd be kind of
The Pulse
you
Foul
bet.
C.
At first, it's like, what is all this stuff? What does this all mean? And then later on, it gets a little more explained.
I mean, I'll see the more I get to record more of this game, but I remember the first couple playthroughs I did. Yeah, the more I don't know, it was always like confusing, or like,
Yeah.
This game's biggest, I mean, like I said before, my biggest gripe with the story is just they say the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's understandable, but sometimes they just can't help it but say it again.
Mm-hmm. Reiterate the plot.
Because like I could understand. I don't like the one thing I don't understand to this day is like the motive of something later on.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be easily summed up as power.
Mm.
Because the Grand Lassie are basically seen as higher beings,
Yeah.
gods, and humans are
So, how do you
nothing
figure
but
that pulse
insects,
fallacy
in
is
a
different
sense,
from the
really.
sanctums?
It's never explained where where the Lassie came from. Actually, I don't think so. Did they ever explain where they came from?
If it is, it might be somewhere in like the information logs that people don't tend to read as much.
Yeah, I did not. For recording purposes, I didn't go through the logs.
She can do it, so can we.
It might actually be more explained in like the later games, which is kind of weird, but
Well, it's mentioned. I mean, Lassie are mentioned in 13 too, because obviously there's Lassie in that game.
mm-hmm.
Come on, come on.
What about the others? They didn't die. They couldn't have died.
Of course not.
Hey, get a grip, man. What's wrong with you?
Okay, so from what the there was actually a book. I don't know if it was released before or after the game came out, but there was the Final Fantasy 13 Day Zero.
Ah.
I think it's called Day Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Toss me
It
that.
basically tells like everyone's story before the events of this game. This game does explain it too in the logs as well, but there's an actual
So
book.
what are you afraid of, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But Snow, in a
Supposed to be the
sense,
hero.
is the leader of Nora, which pretty much don't
She's
follow
waiting there, ain't she?
don't follow
Lovely
rules.
bride to be.
They just go
About time
well,
you
like
picked her
he
up.
says, hero. So
Yeah.
I haven't fully read the book
Yeah.
yet, or I haven't gotten to that detail about Snow,
Mhm.
but in the events of this beginning, you know, he implies, you know, they're heroes,
Mm-hmm.
but said heroes got a bunch of people
Now
dead,
you're talking.
Yeah.
and it really hits him.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother
Yep.
says to
Mother.
get him home, and then Snow's just fixated on that.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's all right.
I guess he's never had that much trouble in the past before, but like now he's kind of getting it.
Yeah.
Power circle, just stronger weapon for him.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't really know how much. I'm not sure whether it's mentioned in there or not. How much like battle sort of experience he has. I mean, he obviously has some, but I don't know if that's just for like taking care of like wildlife like around the where he lives or whatever, you know, or like rogue.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, the area or like the place where they live, it's kind of like a tourist kind of place, like vacationish kind of place.
mhm.
But there's a lot of wildlife.
Yeah, so like I
there's
don't
a lot
know
of
how
wilderness,
much.
So like, there are many creatures like that around them though.
Yeah. So.
But my take is that I probably just never really had much not really failure but casualties, I guess.
That too, and you know, involving well, civilians pretty much. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure Nora's still civilian-ish, but to have true like civilian people like being casualties is probably not what he's expecting.
Stay sharp.
All right, on my go.
Right. Go.
I'm trying to look up the like lightning has a like certain like device that lets her doing that gravity defying thing. Like I'm trying to look up what it was called. She does it a couple times in the game, but it's mainly cutscene. It's mainly story. You don't really get to be able to use it for anything else, really.
Unless that's the reason why they can jump so high in battles. And they
No.
just don't show it. No.
No, because like before you get to ground, before you go down to the ground of Grand Pulse, there's when you're traveling down a spiral, lightning and the crew will just jump a big ways down again, a crater,
Yeah.
and they're just fine.
Yep.
But like in cutscenes, you know,
Where's the soul?
that's not good.
Yeah.
But that's a case of story and video game segregation.
I guess so, yeah.
So, okay, I'm not really sure where. Okay, I can't find it.
Yeah. I don't think they ever mentioned what it was called, so.
Who you gotta save?
No, in the logs.
Oh,
It's
in the logs. Oh, okay.
They explain what it is. It's like I think it's only like one page. It's only one page, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You got plenty of time
But
thinking on the
she's
way.
not doing it out of the blue. It's not magic. It's tech.
Yeah, it's definitely tech.
Because the first time she uses it, you only see two little dots on her index and her thumb.
Yeah.
So with a snap of a finger, she activates it. So it's not like it's out of the blue. Like there's an actual indication of like, okay, she's got two little finger dots that when she snaps her finger, she can do it.
Yeah.
She can't do it sporadically though, as like Saz, Saz held her and she couldn't do it for a good while. And of course she did in the beginning in the train section.
Yeah. Maybe it needs to recharge or something.
Yeah, most likely.
Don't shoot. Since when do you care about kids?
Favor for a friend.
Okay.
A friend I got killed.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops.
That guilt.
Use that thing?
Oh, it hits him way more
Oh,
harder
yeah.
later on.
Way. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Poor guy.
Do you have something to tell him?
Yeah,
All right then.
but
I'll go with you.
All right, Hope. Hope is got to be my God. He's like my least favorite character of all the party members that you get to get in this game.
The army's no match for Nora.
I meant the kids.
But he's actually one of the best magic users you got, though. Is the thing.
Let's keep it that way, all right?
Well, he gets
He's got a-
better.
Yeah, in the second game.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But
I mean, I don't know. You have to you have to deal. I don't know. I have to deal with his character for a long time before it actually gets better.
yeah.
To be fair.
Well,
It's
he's
too
like
long for me.
he's like what, 14 or something?
The kids out of trouble?
Yeah, something like that.
It's a lot to deal with.
No skirt chasing. I take care of the kids. Some husband
Dinner's on me.
better be home cooking.
when's the wedding, lover boy?
Well, don't worry, none of you are invited.
We're still going.
You serious? What about me?
you later.
Later, losers. In some capacity, you play as every character in this beginning part. For the no, you play Lightning, Snow, and Vanille.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
And for this beginning section, you'll have others as your party members, but
Yeah.
Say, you know how to fly this?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. In you go. That way.
yeah, I'll say I don't really like Hope like halfway through the game, but he does get better about it.
Mm-hmm.
But that first half, kind of, you know,
It's rough, yeah.
it's hard for me to stomach through sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Make us, let's see.
And then we have Vanille.
I don't think I can.
What are your thoughts on Vanille?
Here we go.
I like her. She's not my favorite. It's just, you know, it's kind of interesting that the story is told from her sort of point of view. Or not really from her point of view, but like,
The pulse foul C.
As she narrates right now.
yeah, yeah, right. Perfect timing. But
I mean, I guess it would be spoilers if we said that, but
I suppose. I mean, this
It's-
game's like more than 10 years old, right?
yeah, 11 years old.
So it's, you know, it's probably
It's
fine.
it's a big case of foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand how they got in. It's
Crash
there's
through the
a hole-
wall, I
it's
guess.
Well then.
Story of video game segregation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just works, I guess.
Story.
Guess it's just us.
She does that
What did you expect?
hand motion. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to represent. Her praying or something.
Yeah,
Those
must be.
soldiers know not to go near the foul sea. You become a
She'll do that more. Like, she'll close her eyes and
What do you mean?
bend her
finished?
head over. It's like, okay, it's gotta be like a
Miss
praying thing
Vanille.
or blessing thing.
My name. And yours?
Hope. Thank you. What were we thinking?
Well, since we're here, let's look around.
It's like, what?
The most reasonable reaction to, like, really? Alright, the Pulse of Alcee. This is chapter 2 of the prologue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, check this out.
Hey! Vanille, where are you?
What luck?
I know, right? And it was just conveniently there, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
That's,
Also, that's her doing her attack animations and victory pose. Alright, we're gonna see that thing in action, which it's confusing, and in real life, that'd get tangled up so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me.
I know.
Oh yeah, so
It's-
Hope just has a hunting wing for some reason.
Just a random boomerang.
Yeah. It's a practice hunting weapon,
Oh.
but he just happens to have that on him. And Vanille just, she swipes and the balls just go to them. I don't know.
I think it's
it's
just kind of-
That's a.
back to exploring.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, it's like it is kind of convenient that it's there.
better stay close.
I mean, we know why.
I know. I can't remember. Cause I think in the Day Zero novel that you're talking about, I think it might explain why. Or like,
Yeah.
I think I know why it's there, but I can't quite remember. I don't think I read it, but I think I skimmed through the plots for that, I think.
Well, I do have it, so I'm gonna.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
the thing is, it's also reading. Also, it's the game barely telling you about aggression and preemptive strikes. Barely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this game's a little slow with explaining things here and there.
Mhm.
You're gonna regret this.
I don't know. Do you like? Oh, is it? I mean, some games do that where they'll explain things where they would want you to know those things, and then there's cases where games will just have a list of things that you can know about the game.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a game that came out November 11th, I think.
Yeah, pretty a little earlier this
Pre-
month, huh?
Yeah, a really early this month. Um, okay, so I pressed the button by accident, and just like, fuck it, let me just show up the map.
That's fine.
What was it? Yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The game doesn't really explain much in terms of the controls and whatnot, but like it has a huge list of like what you can do, like user manual
Mhm.
or whatnot. Like there are things what you'll get that you can do and whatnot, like the hidden blade and whatnot. But usually a game like explains how stuff works like that. But I just go into the options and just check out like the moves and what you can do. I'm like, huh, okay.
Mhm.
And then you have games like this or Xenoblade Chronicles 2 where they'll just like
You really
explain
don't get
things or explain new things.
Mhm. Explain it when it
Oh,
happens.
well, Chronicles 2 is a different couple rooms actually.
Yeah.
Live too close to the Falsey.
What's that? You're 50 hours into the game. Well, here's another tutorial.
If they catch us here, they'll purge us too. And then,
What's your problem?
what's my... Pulse is hell on Earth.
Yeah, Hope's a really big downer.
We'll be okay.
Vanille is more of a optimistic person.
Mhm.
She keeps a smile when the mood seems dimmer.
Sarah? Can you hear me? Where are you?
Sarah. Sarah.
Oh man.
It's interesting how in 13 it was her sister, it was Lightning, and then the second game was her.
Mhm.
Your hero
Even
is
though
on
the
his
game
way.
cover had Lightning in the cover,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Wonder what that's for.
So Snow landed on the very I guess very top of the thing. So he's making his way down.
Yeah. I
Vanille
guess
and
so.
Hope landed like in the middle of it. And Lightning and Zaz we'll see later.
I guess they were lower
The
down.
only yeah, and he needs to go down.
Yeah.
Was it no, Lightning and Zaz are like in the middle, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because they skip having us like go upwards.
Oh, right.
Because by the time we get to Lightning and Zaz, we only
Mhm.
have to go like a some stairs up.
Yeah.
This game doesn't really have that much in terms of puzzles, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
When they say when I say when people say this game is very linear, they mean that. But that'll be it for part 2.
Alrighty. Sounds good. was wondering for a second.
But yeah. So next part, we're just was it snow's gonna keep moving down. Neil and Hope are gonna move forward, and we're gonna see where Lightning and Zaz are by that point. But we should be was that the next part should be the end of the prologue.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Cool. Moving along.
All right. Well, that being said, that's the end of part 2. All right. Peace.
Woo, bye.